What is up, Madden guys and gals? This is Incredibly Average Joe bringing you another Madden 20 video. So like I said in yesterday's video, I'm going to be going over the 91 to 92 overall power pass that you get at level 70. I'm going to be going over the top players that you should consider using that pass on. Now, I'm sure some of you have already gotten to level 70 and have received that power pass. Some of you may have already used it, but I know there are a lot of you that either don't know who to use it on, are saving up, or are not level 70 yet and haven't even thought about it. So this video should help you just give a little bit of insight to some of the top players that you might want to use it on. Generally with these passes, you do want to use it on a expensive player that's going to be useful on your team for a very long time. So like if there's a really good player that you want to use but they're really cheap, then don't waste your pass on it. Just go buy that player. Or if it's a player that's really expensive but you think they might get a card that makes them irrelevant in a couple weeks, then you might not want to use your power pass, because you do have to invest a good bit of money into that player's power up and then use the power pass there. But it's not like it's free. You do have to invest a good bit into training just to get that person up to where you would use this power pass. So the general rule is you want a player that's pretty expensive, that you can't just go and buy fairly easily, and that you're also going to plan on using for a long time. So you want it to be someone who's going to have longevity in the game, maybe more upgrades coming up, things like that. So I'm not going to have many quarterbacks on this list just because I think they're going to be coming out with much better quarterbacks in the near future. So I wouldn't really recommend using this on a quarterback. The only one I would consider using it on would be Michael Vick, because Michael Vick he's a solid around choice. He's really fast. He's pretty solid in all the passing stats and all of that. So there are some better pocket passers. I know Andrew Luck's a really popular choice, so he would be one if you're more of a pocket passer. But for my play style and who I would consider using it on would be Michael Vick. You can get his power up to a 90, and then after that point, to get him up to a 93, you have to plug this 92 in. So you could use that 91, 92 power pass instead, and save yourself 770,000 coins and use one of the better quarterbacks in the game. So Michael Vick is a solid choice if you want to use a quarterback, but in general, I'm going to kind of steer clear of quarterbacks in this list. So this will definitely be one of the more popular choices that a lot of people go with. So if you didn't get your MUT 10, I know a lot of people that did MUT 10 took this card. And I mean, guys, it's a series reduct. It's 1.6 million right now. As you can see, this is a very expensive card. Randy Moss is going to continue to get upgrades. He's going to be on a lot of people's team for a very long time. So that's what I'm saying. He's that combination of expensive and longevity that you want. So he's got 91 speed, 92 jumping, 90 catching. All of his stats are incredibly good, and you could power him up to then 93 with this power up, and then kim him up from there. You could get him onto most of the thresholds. But more importantly than any of that, I haven't used Randy Moss myself, but I've gone against him a good bit in head-to-head. He's very glitchy. He is a very glitchy card, which is what you want on your team, because you can just destroy people with him, and he just kind of seems to make safeties miss. He'll go up and get the catch and then just keep running. It's kind of ridiculous, but Randy Moss is a really, really solid card. I would consider using him, especially if you have his power up already powered up, and you're just waiting on this 92 to go down. It's not going to go down anytime soon. Unless you have 1 million coins or more, 1.5 million lying around, you're not going to be able to get this card anytime soon. So using that power pass is something I would strongly consider. Okay, so another MUT 10 card that I have on this list is Deion Sanders. Again, you may have already picked him with your MUT 10 if you completed all those challenges, and that's great. If you didn't, Deion Sanders is another really, really good player, and he's also a really good return man, so that is something to keep in mind too. He's got 92 speed, 92 excel. Look at his stats are insane. His press is kind of trash. Other than that, everything's pretty good. Zone coverage is 90, so just don't press him on the line, and you'll be good to go. Obviously, you could get his power up, plug it in, get him up to a 93, kim him up, make sure he hits all the thresholds there. But Deion Sanders is an incredibly good card. He's very popular, as you can see, going for 1.6, really 2 million on most of his cards here. There's only 4 on the block at the moment. Deion Sanders is a very popular card. He's a very good choice. One of the only 91s I have on this list, and this would be one of my lower choices, just because, again, look at his cost here. He's only 300,000 coins. Yeah, that's a lot of coins still, but considering some of the other ones we've looked at that are going for 7, 1 million, whatever, Patrick Peterson is a little cheaper. But that being said, Patrick Peterson is a very good cornerback, and maybe you have his powered up all the way, and you could just use this the power up to get him up to a 92, and then you wouldn't have to spend any training. So might be a bit of a budget if you don't have a ton of coins saved up. But 89 speed, 89 excel, 92 agility, he's right there at the threshold for a lot of his stats. So if you powered him up and then kimmed him up, you could hit the threshold for a lot of his statistics here. And Patrick Peterson's a really good card. I enjoyed playing with him a little bit during those Team of the Week challenges. So Patrick Peterson would be my other cornerback choice, but again, also consider the amount of coins there. Deion Sanders would probably be a better choice if you're going for cornerback, also because you get him as a return man, which is really important. So moving on to pass rushers here, I am going to have two of them. The first one's going to be Von Miller. A lot of you might have gotten him from the first Series 1, the competitive master, because he was one of the choices there. As you can see, so he's been out since the Series 1, since the beginning of Series 1, and he's still going for 700,000 coins. There's a reason for that. Von Miller is going to be one of those cards that continues to get upgrades throughout the season because he's a really popular player and good player in the NFL. So Von Miller is a very solid option. He's really good off the edge, depending, of course, on what the scheme you're playing is. If you don't blitz your left outside linebacker a lot, then I wouldn't worry about this card because there are better left outside linebackers than Von Miller for that purpose. But if you're using him as an edge rusher, Von Miller is a very solid choice. So similar to Von Miller, another left outside linebacker is Khalil Mack. So he is about the same. He's about 100,000 coins more. So very similar pass rusher. He's very, very good currently in the NFL. So the only reason I would consider, if you don't have either one of these cards, I would consider going to Von Miller at the moment because he's probably going to get another upgrade before Khalil Mack does. I am using Khalil Mack, so I'm going to roll with Khalil Mack because I have him already upgraded and everything, but Von Miller will probably get a 93 or a 94 before Khalil Mack gets his next card. Just because Khalil Mack got his ultimate kickoff after Von Miller got his competition master card or whatever it is. So yeah, Von Miller and Khalil Mack, two very solid edge rushers that you could use as power pass on. Both very expensive, 700,000+ coins. Definitely two to consider. Okay, so moving on into what I think is the best tight end in the game. I'm still using his 87 overall card right now. So this one is I've got two top choices. This one and the last one that I'm gonna go over are my two top choices personally. George Kittel is a really, really good tight end. He's going to continue to get upgrades, and I just think he's the best tight end in the game. But anyway, George Kittel is a very, very solid card. I'm going for about 2 million. Well, I guess you got one here for 1.4 and then one for 2.3. A very expensive card, though. He's one of the top tier tight ends in the game. So he's definitely one I would consider getting in here and throwing on your team because, again, 2 million, you can save that with the power up pass if you have him already powered up, again, like I do. So last but certainly not least is Aaron Donald, and this is probably my number one choice. It's going to be between him and Kittel, like I said, but this card is an absolute beast. As you guys know, Aaron Donald, he's just kind of a glitchy card. He is insane, and considering what I've got him going up against there with Deacon Jones, he would fill a position of need for sure. Aaron Donald is also going to continue to get upgrades because he's an incredibly good player right now in the NFL. He's going to be a beast off of the edge. Aaron Donald would probably be my number one choice overall. I've had a few people tweet at me and tell me that they've already used their power up pass on this card and that he's just an animal off the edge, which is kind of what I expected. He is one of the more expensive ones. He's going for about 1.5. It looks like he's floating up into the 2 million range as well. So his card price will probably fluctuate a little bit, but using that power up pass on him right now would give you a just beast off of the edge. So Aaron Donald would be my number one choice, followed closely by George Kittel. All right, guys, I hope that helped you out. And if you didn't know who you wanted to use that 91, 92 pass on, those are just some of my choices. Let me know down in the comments below if you have someone that you think would be better. At a certain point, it just kind of comes down to personal preference and what your play scheme is. So if you don't agree, that's fine. Just let me know. As always, guys, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you'll know whenever I release my videos. Hope that video helped you out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one, and remember, stay average.